9/11 activist and first responder Luis Alvarez will be honored today. The 53-year-old died over the weekend from complications of cancer linked to the time that he spent with other first responders at Ground Zero. Alvarez spent 3 months in the World Trade Center rubble after the 2001 attacks, and he became the face of NYC's ailing 9/11 first responders. Last month, he accompanied former Daily Show host Jon Stewart in Washington to plead with Congress to make the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund permanent. Here's some of his powerful words from that day.
This fund is not a ticket to paradise. It is there to provide for our families when we can't. Nothing more. You all said you would never forget. Well, I'm here to make sure that you don't.
Alvarez's family is asking people to remember him by something he would always say: take care of each other and take care of yourselves. Moving along here closer to home, a Jim Beam warehouse has caught fire, and firefighters have now struggled to contain those flames, partly because of the alcohol. Take a look at this video. It's just incredible. This was the massive fire at the warehouse in Woodford County, west of Lexington, earlier this morning. 2 barrel warehouses caught fire around 11:30 last night at that Jim Beam facility. One warehouse initially caught fire, with flames spreading to the second. 40 firefighters from 5 counties had to help battle this fire. The fire burned for about 8 hours, stretching into the early hours of today and in really to this afternoon. About 40,000 barrels full of bourbon were involved in this fire. Officials say it's possible the fire was caused by a lightning strike, but that still has not been totally confirmed. There have been no reports of any injuries, thankfully, if there's any silver lining to this story so far. Firefighters in Davis County had to put out a fire at their own station last night. A bizarre and obviously serious story after lightning struck the building on Highway 54. Fire Chief Dwayne Smethers says that firefighters noticed sparks and smoke initially after it happened, and then spotted a fire in the attic. They started battling it with 3 other departments arriving shortly after to help. No one was injured. Chief Smethers says they'll have to relocate some equipment temporarily. State fire marshals are being called in to investigate. A flag born in Evansville has symbolized freedom at some of America's most historic sites of heroism. But where is it now? What's known as the Great American Flag has been displayed at the site of the Flight 93 crash on the first anniversary of 9/11 and then put away shortly after that. 39 years old, the flag was put together in 1980 in Evansville. Now it's owned by Ted Dorfman, who bought the flag during a televised auction for more than $12,000. And during a podcast interview with Johnny Kincaid of the Love Evansville podcast, Dorfman's son shared the reaction the family had when they found out that they own that giant flag.
I was sent upstairs for them to sort things out between the two of them, and she realized the history and how special it was. She also became pretty excited about it. And by the time the next day rolled around, there was definitely some enthusiasm in the household about what this meant and what they wanted to do around it.
Today, the flag is being stored in its original trailer in Pennsylvania. The plan is for the flag's condition to be checked and, if possible, restore it to its original look. Perfect for this 4th of July time. Also perfect really any time. Darkness descended in the middle of the day down in South America. It's a sight we all know too well here in the tri-state. The moon passed before the sun, creating a total eclipse. The 70-mile wide path of totality passed over parts of Chile and Argentina. Some areas experienced darkness for more than 4 minutes. You'll remember the total eclipse here in the tri-state back in 2017. I think the most we got down in Christian County and Hopkins County was close to 3 minutes. There's going to be another pass, this time right over Evansville in 2024. Now, at the same time, the total solar eclipses stretch across South America. A Category 4 hurricane was developing near the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula, so a lot happening. And it was caught on the same satellite loop. Thanks to the NOAA Goes West satellite, we can see the shadow from the eclipse as Hurricane Barbara churns in the Pacific. Ron, a really cool weather event with a really cool celestial event kind of combined.